Hi guys, it is officially, it's after midnight, it's almost 1 o'clock, and it is officially Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas. Sorry, my cats are kind of going crazy. I usually try to do my updates on Saturday, of course, but with the holidays and my crazy schedule, it's been, of course, very busy, and I had a lot of stitching I had to do, and I did not get to my last 3 projects that, were all sort of alternative things. I thought, oh, I can pull this off. I can do this for my aunt and this for my brother-in-law's sister and mother. It didn't happen. But the important ones that I had already planned on did get done, and, sorry, I have to look at my cats, make sure they're not killing each other. But anyway, I had talked about wanting to do an FFO-palooza for my sisters and my niece and one of my cousins. So I finally tackled that on Saturday, and things did not go quite as planned. I had some trouble with the tomato dame project, and sorry, my cat is scratching his little turbo scratcher, which is good, a good thing. Better that than my chair. Anyway, so I just wanted to do this real quickly to show my finishes before I give them away on as Christmas presents. So first of all, I'm no Vonna Pfeiffer. My corners are not perfect, but chenille trim on the tomato dame hides a multitude of sins, if you will. But so these are really my first attempt at pillows, little pillows, and stuffing and stitching by hand. These are all done by hand. So here's 2017 Prairie Schooler Santa, and I probably could have done bigger margins on these so that when I stuff them, they wouldn't be so the designs wouldn't be so tightly done, so close to the edge here, to give them a little more margin, I guess. But and this one could probably stand to have been stuffed a little more, because the bottom is a little puckered down here. But anyway, this is the 2017 Prairie Schooler Santa, and these are just little pillows, and the recipients will have to figure out some way to deal with them, to do something with them. And this is Snow Fun from Lizzie Kate's Six Fat Men series. This is for my older sister. There's a little button. My older sister. The Prairie Schooler Santa is for my younger sister. So there's these 2 things. And then the big project that I did, and I wish I had made a bigger margin here too, because it got kind of, you could barely make it out over here. But this is the Tomato Dame. Plum Street Samplers, and the chenille trim and the backing fabric by Lady Dot Creations. This is Virginia Beach Brew fabric by R&R Reproductions. There's a little bit of polyfill fuzz on there. And this, the chenille trim came out pretty good, I think. Like I said, hides a multitude of sins. All in all, it came out pretty good, I think. It's a little stuffy. I had, and I bought this bag of polyfill that I had. I bought it a long time ago at Hobby Lobby. I don't even know what project it was for, or why I bought it, because I had barely used any of it, I think. if at all. And so it was sitting on the table while I was doing all the stuffing, and I just now realized, it said, bonus stuffing tool included. And I thought, I don't remember seeing any stuffing tool. And so it was buried in the polyfill. So as I pulled some out to for my projects, I came across this stuffing tool. It was just crammed in there. So now I have my very own corner poker outer thingy. It's not the big flat thing, bamboo thing, but it's a good poker thing. And then I had this little pillow kit that I did that I designed. I used the designs that they had in this little booklet, and but I used this little pillow kit that I had bought a long time ago, and there's like fuzz from the polyfill all over this thing. It came with its felt backing, and it's not really a Christmas color at all because it wasn't a Christmas design for the pillow. But I used it because it was the right size. I think this is 11 count Ada. It's bigger than 14 count. But it came out pretty good too. The problem I had with the felt was that I was afraid of stretching it too much because of it losing its shape a little bit. And the corners are they're kind of mushy. I gave them, I tried very hard to fill them, so I'm learning. But I finished these 4 pillows at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Saturday night, Sunday morning, basically. But, so they're done now. This, again, I designed this, or redesigned it, I should say, the conglomeration here, and added a couple more of these little snowflakes or whatever they are. And the Feliz Navidad on here. So there's that one, and again the tomato dame. Tomato dame, and the 2 little ones, the Prairie Schooler Santa and Lizzie Kate's No Fun from 6 Fat Men. And I'm very happy with them. I'm very happy that that this project is over with. But I think they came out pretty good, all things considered. I'm learning, and there was a few mistakes that I made. I think on the tomato dame was difficult, just because the backing fabric didn't want to sit still, and I think I should have made a bigger margin around the design, the stitched design, given a little more margin than so that it wouldn't be so. As I stitched it, I thought, I really kind of cut it off a little short. I should have given it bigger margins, but like I said, all in all, I'm very pleased that with how it came out. It's the first time I've tried a pillow finish, and I'm not much of a sewer. I haven't touched a sewing machine since junior high, and that was 1970 something, 73, 72, 73, something like that, when I was in 7th or 8th grade. So I had to my mother taught me how to sew when I was very, very little. We sewed something simple, like a little simple skirt that I think came with an elastic waistband. I think I learned to sew a hem, a seam, and and my mother probably hemmed it. I think I was very, very young, and then I did a little sewing in like I said, in junior high in home ec, um, and I don't think I've sewn since then. Not by the machine or by hand or whatever. So sewing these little pillows, I did it by hand. I was actually my older sister was going to help me. Was trying to help me with the tomato dam. She did help. She did like part of the stitching, on it, because because I was having a lot of trouble with just getting the backing fabric to to match the alternative. What I should have done is sewn it. I made a mistake and I cut it before I sewed it together. Um, but it was very ravelly and very slippy, I guess. It like, I thought I had it lined up, and then before I knew it, it was, it seemed to move around or something. I don't know. But, so I started it and pulled it out and started it, and, a couple of times. So she tried to help me, and she has a sewing machine. My older sister has a sewing machine, but she bought it when she was in Europe, so it has a European plug, and she had an adapter for it, and she, she seemed to have mislaid it. She's used it a couple times. I mean, moved a couple times since she used it, so it's there was no telling where the adapter was, and so she even bought an adapter for it, and couldn't get it to work. So we didn't know if there was something wrong with the adapter that she got, or something wrong with the machine. But anyway, it didn't work. So we burned some time trying to get that to work, and it didn't. And in the meantime, we were trying to do holiday. She was trying to do some baking, and I was actually supposed to be making cookies and supposed to be doing this and that and the other thing. And so we were both up late, and it was not an enjoyable weekend. I was very tired. I've been very tired. Been running around doing stuff, and on Sunday, I went to church, went out to eat, and when we got back, I was stitching and stuffing and stitching and stuffing, and yeah, so I'm exhausted. And tonight, we went to we got up this morning, and I was done with the pillows. That was when I finished it. Yeah, Sunday night at 3:00 in the morning. Yeah. So and then Monday morning, I got up and we were cooking and baking, and I was supposed to make sour cream sugar cookies for tonight for our family. We had a family party, and that's when we discovered none of us has a mixer. So it's like I'm trying to cream butter and sugar by hand, and you put flour in and all the stuff, and eggs, and sour cream, and it's like really, really hard to do with just a fork or whatever, to get it to mix. So I hope I mixed it well, and then we ended up the dough is supposed to chill for like a couple of hours, and we went to an early church service, and then we had the party, and so it was like, well, the cookies aren't going to get made, but so in the next couple of days, or either Monday, I mean, in the morning, or in the coming days, we're going to make the cookies. But we had fun tonight. Anyway, we had tamales and pozole, and if you're from the Southwest, you know what those are like. and lots of cookies. We had other cookies. My sister made some cookies. My younger sister made some cookies, and I made a cheesecake, to a no bake easy cheesecake. I'm not a cook. I'm not a baker. It's a really simple no bake cheesecake recipe that I got either from the cream cheese that it's just 2 packets of cream cheese and some sugar and two 2 cups of whipped cream. You cream it all together, pour it in graham cracker crust, top it. It chills for like 3 hours, and you top it with the rest of the whipped cream and whatever fruit or whatever you want to put on it, and serve it like that. So, but we didn't eat that tonight either because we just had lots of food, so nobody was hungry for it. So we're gonna have that. I think probably tomorrow sometime or something. But we have brunch in the morning at my sister's house. We're gonna open presents there. So anyway, it's an exhausting weekend. Or as we say in my family, I'm exhaustified. But like I said, I wanted to show off my little finishes before I give them away as gifts tomorrow. My cousin Judy's pillow thing is gonna get mailed to her, but along with my brother's any gifts that my brother gets, because he couldn't be here. But anyway, so this was my last chance to talk about those finishes before I give them all away. The tomato dame is the one I'm the most proud of. It was my biggest project. My first project doing 1/1. My first project doing with the chenille trim and the velveteen backing fabric and stuffing, and these my first pillow finishes. Yay! Finishing palooza! Yay! I don't have a bell, but if I had a bell, I would ding it. So I just want to say that, and Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. I think that's it. It's like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and all my family is asleep. It's time for me to. This is the first night that I don't have any stitching to do. I don't have anything to do. And, yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed now. So, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all, and to all good night. I'm waiting for Santa Claus. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Thanks.